Okay, let's see. The next topic I wanted to cover was this TikTok door kick challenge. So I've got a little news report here. Sorry for all the ads, folks. I don't know what to do about that. As you can tell, I buy motorcycle stuff. The advertiser you see here at the top is Moscow Moto. They make motorcycle bags and tank bags and tool rolls and lots of other motorcycle stuff. So you'll have to bear with me. But the story is from Newsweek. Strangers' doors are being kicked in over the latest TikTok challenge. And this story is out of Washington State, Vancouver, Washington. And I'm not going to step through all of it, but apparently there's this thing called TikTok that announces challenges for people to do. And a new one appears to be to kick down the doors of strangers' homes. Folks, this is a really, really bad idea. In many states, there's a legal presumption created that if you're defending against a forcible and unlawful intruder, that it's presumed you had a legal privilege to use deadly force against that person. It's legally presumed that you had a reasonable fear of an imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury. That gives you 3 of the 5 elements required for self-defense. It gives you imminence, proportionality, and reasonableness. You already have the element of avoidance in your home because of the castle doctrine. There's no legal duty to retreat from an intruder. That's 4 of the 5 elements in self-defense. The only element left is innocence, and that's kind of baked in the cake if you're defending against a forcible, unlawful intruder in the home. So essentially, if someone kicks in your front door, in those states that have this legal presumption, they've given you a 007 license to use deadly defensive force against them. Now, of course, there's boundaries to this. If someone kicks in your door and immediately runs away and they're in flight down the street away from your home, well, then it's just a property damage event. Clearly, whatever legal presumption might have existed is overcome by the fact that they're so obviously no longer an imminent deadly force threat against you. But in the moment they're kicking down the door, they're not in flight. A reasonable person would perceive this is a forcible, unlawful intrusion into their home. That person is pretty likely to get lit up and have that be completely legally justified, simply as a legal presumption that grants the home defender all the required elements of self-defense to be justified in using deadly force against that person. Now, ironically enough, this news report is out of Washington State. Washington State is one of the states that does not have this legal presumption that if you're dealing with a forcible, unlawful intruder, it's presumed that you had a reasonable fear of imminent deadly force harm. Washington State doesn't have that. Maybe your state does, maybe your state doesn't. I can't step through all 50 states here. I can tell you we cover all 50 states in our state-specific courses. So if you'd like to know what the defense of property law is in your state, as well as every other facet of use of force law in your state, supported by the actual statutes, jury instructions, and court decisions of your state, you can get that. In fact, we have it on sale at the moment at lawofselfdefense.com/state. Just choose your state of preference. You can get that as an online streamed course, instant access, or if you prefer a DVD, we can ship you out a DVD. But we have these currently at up to 35% off. You can get that offer. I think it's today only. When you get to this website, there'll be a timer counting down. So it ends at midnight tonight. But if that's of interest, I would encourage you to look at lawofselfdefense.com/state so you know what your state's laws actually are. So yeah, I would discourage anybody from engaging in this particular TikTok challenge. Okay, the next thing I wanted to mention is the conviction of Kayla Giles. Now, who is Kayla Giles? Kayla Giles was a member of one of these self-defense, quote-unquote, insurance companies, USCCA.